my name is Mike, and I work with Gwen and your other friends here at camp with the Reston Association. And you know what we're going to talk about today? Mosquitoes. What do you all think about mosquitoes?
Not that good. They're pretty annoying.
Maybe
we could ginormous bug bites.
Maybe we could
pests. They're
pests. The one thing about mosquitoes is they are what? What are mosquitoes?
They're
Besides,
like these insects or maybe
insects.
bugs.
What else about bugs that's really important when you think about our food, for example? Nora?
Some bees.
Yes.
They will pollinate the flowers to give us food.
That's perfect. What happens is when people are trying to get rid of the mosquito that's giving you bites and bothering you, they're also, because they're using poison spray, what else are they killing?
They're killing other bugs.
The ones you just said were good, right? Like the bees and the dragonflies, and then the little worms that get rid of all of our garbage, right?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do today, together with a couple of buckets, we're going to make something that doesn't harm any other creatures. It just goes after reducing the mosquitoes, okay?
Yeah.
Nora?
About these little...
You know them?
They're little things that if the mosquitoes get on them, they harm them.
They're called mosquito dunks. Do you see them? They look. What do they look like?
Donuts.
Yeah.
Donuts.
That's right. We call them donuts. Okay. Don't eat them.
Oh, no.
They're not. They're.
say, can I eat that?
You know, but here's what's really important. Okay. They're not poison. They're not poison. They're called. Well, they're called a bacteria. Okay, which is something like when you get sick, and they're only a bacteria that affects mosquito larvae, okay, the stuff that comes out of a mosquito egg. So that way nothing else gets hurt, just gets rid of the mosquitoes, reduces them. So I want to show you something that you and your family can do in your backyard with hardly anything that costs money, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
My dad has put one of these kinds of things in our ponds to kill the mosquitoes.
That's right, and we have a pond behind us, right?
Yeah.
And the one nice thing about a pond is, what else lives in a pond besides maybe mosquitoes?
Dragonflies.
Yeah?
Other bugs.
What else? It goes like this.
Tadpoles. Tadpoles.
Okay, I was thinking of something. Oh, who? Who's? Yes. So all those things eat mosquitoes. So a pond like this is in natural balance, okay?
They said there's
But-
no fish for the frogs.
Well, yeah, maybe no fish in this pond, but usually there's fish in ponds, right? Like Lake Thoreau, like Lake Anne. So what we're going to do is we're going to recreate a pond that has parts of the donut that only affects mosquitoes, but wouldn't hurt your dog, wouldn't hurt you. Why do you suppose I have this here?
Well, like, put those things inside there, and like maybe put some hay sprinkled inside there also, so then the mosquito might think it's like maybe a horse might live there.
You're almost all right. So what we're doing is we're recreating basically a swampy meadow in a bucket, because mosquitoes like to go and lay their eggs in swampy little bits of water. So one thing you can do, okay, there's some other things you can do besides this to help you and your family with mosquitoes. One is, what am I wearing here on a hot day?
Long claws.
Yep. And you're dressed right for the hot day, but if you're dressed like you can also use, what do you think?
spray.
Bug spray. It's not my favorite smell, so I like to just wear clothes when I'm out in the woods. And then in your yard, if I said mosquitoes like to lay their eggs in water and in kind of marshy places, what should you do if in your yard you've got maybe like a bird bath or something like this? What do you do if there's standing water in your yard that stays there for about 3 days?
Change it.
Because that's where the mosquitoes do what?
Lay their eggs.
All right. Well, I'm going to make one, and then I'm going to have you guys make one, okay? So this is what I do. This is grass clipping, or it could be hay, or it could be leaves, anything that you find in your yard for free. And you put it in the bucket. So go ahead and put everything that you guys have in your hands in the bucket. Yep. The next thing you want to do, we're making what? A meadowy kind of swamp?
Yeah.
So we got to add water to the grass. So each of you can pour some water until the bucket's about half full with the grass, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead and just dump it in there.
Can I try?
Yep.
Can I try?
Yep. Nora's next because you didn't get a chance to, and then Skylar, then Nora number 2. So what you're doing is you're making just like a wet meadow or a wet pond
Here you go.
in a small bucket.
Let's do half of that.
Yeah, let's get some more water until you're up about halfway, okay? Do you know what happens to grass like this in water when it sits for maybe 3 or 4 days? What do you suppose starts happening?
It molds.
That's right. And it starts to stink. Isn't that cool?
Medio.
And it gets kind of meadowy, and that's what the mosquitoes are gonna like. That's good for now, yep. Then ladies, you finish off that one and get it full. So it's gonna be really meadowy
Yeah, I'm just.
and swampy, and the mosquitoes are gonna be like, that's where I want to put some eggs. And what it does is all we gotta do next is, what is the last thing that, well, two last things. What do we do with these things now, the stuff that goes after? That's right.
Doesn't remind me a tiny bit more grass for us.
Yep. And just so,
The pond water has been sitting around.
yes, but remember we talked about that. What else is in the pond that's helping us with?
Mosquitoes.
Right, which normally, but we don't have that in our yard sometimes, do we? You don't have fish in your plant, right? All right, so then here's the mosquito dunk, and this, what I would do is have mom or dad help do this, okay?
I'm just trying to.
It doesn't hurt you, but I just, because my hands are dirty and your hands aren't too dirty, I'm gonna do it, okay? So you just put it in there. You just put it on top and let it get wet. And then, you know what else? Because you don't want your little brother or little sister
I don't eat it.
or your dog
Any of them.
or your cat
Oh yeah, I have 2 cats.
or your mom or your dad to stick their hands in this.
Why would your parents do that?
Or you don't want any kind of, what else would crawl in here? Right, or animals. We
Why
just,
would your parents do it?
Oh,
well, they might.
That's attracted to your shorts.
Okay.
That's
remember,
okay.
Guys, those are just little sweat beads.
Yep,
They
they're just kind of looking at you.
Oh, I got stung one.
don't think Nora's a flower right now.
If you ignore them, they ignore you. So then you just put a little net on top. Do you see that? You guys want to try it?
Yeah.
And that just keeps anything else out but the mosquito.
Good.
Great.
And
Just put it on top and then just clip it. See if you can clip it. Ladies, you can clip one on each of those. So just to wrap up of what we just built with the kids, we built basically some buckets that emulate a swampy water, and we put these mosquito dunks, which by the way are about $8 to $9 at your local hardware store, and this packet should last, because you have to really split these donuts up. They say basically one donut is over 100 square feet of water, and so because we have small buckets, or you'll have a 5-gallon bucket, you can divide these up as I did, and this should last you maybe a summer, maybe 2. And remember that with these buckets, it's good to just check on them, because you want to make sure the water isn't too much. It's just kind of about a 1-to-4 ratio of 1 part grass or hay or leaves to 4 parts water. We didn't talk about it with the kids, but we ended up painting some old paint buckets, some white buckets with just spray paint. I chose a really neutral green or brown, something that just kind of blends in. The point is, these don't have to be ugly buckets. You could actually decorate them. The kids could actually paint them any kind of way they wanted. And it is so simple that really for less than, say, $12 overall, or even almost free, except for the dunks from stuff that you can scrounge, you can have some basic mosquito control in your yard without having to harm any other of the insects, which we're pretty worried about when we watch 22% of our butterfly population seems to be in decline, and they say we're losing about 9% of our bugs overall over the last decade. So thanks so much for watching, and if you have any other story ideas that you'd like to talk about with environmental issues in Reston, please let me know at MReynolds@reston.org. And also, I'd love to hear your stories about creating these buckets and see how they worked for you or didn't. Thanks so much.